Hi folks, last time we were looking at Arthur Wright knives, we were having a little look at this one that I got directly from the factory in Sheffield, sent to me by Ashley Harrison himself. Now, there's always the danger that if, as a reviewer, you get a knife like that, that he's made sure that this is, the best one he can make, and that there's no fit and finish errors and so forth, and that the other 6 in the batch were all horrible. Now, I don't believe that's the case, and I'm just about to show you really why. Basically, I approached the famous Sheffield shop, which is where I bought the original Senator that I got that was pretty poorly put together, and bought some knives from them, and these are 2 of them. These 2 are Lambsfoot knives of a fairly basic level. We are talking about sub £30, I think, for either of these. One is in ebony, and the other is in buffalo horn. Now they do simple rosewood as well, and the rosewood one is about 20 quid or thereabouts, I think. Don't quote me absolutely on that, but that's the level. These ones are very slightly more, but not out of the park. Now, the other thing about these is that you'll notice that the nail nick is on different sides. There's one of them is left-handed, which is this one. One of the things that Arthur Wright does is they do make left-handed knives. Now, if you've only got one working hand like me, in some ways it doesn't actually matter that much whether they're left-handed or right-handed, but if you're a left-handed person, you might get fed up with the idea that everything is made for the right-handed world. But I have to say, for basic working sort of everyday carry pocket knives, these are pretty nice. Nice materials, and if you are left-handed, you're holding that knife in your left hand, it's nice to be able to see have the nail nick and the tang stamp facing you, whereas normally if you're left-handed, you're always looking at the pile side, the back side of the blade. So, but it is a nice touch, and I do quite like that. I've got another one of theirs that's left-handed as well, so it's not entirely just this pattern. But these 2 are basically the same knife, just in 2 different materials, some left-handed and right-handed, say buffalo and ebony. But this is ebony wood. It's not just black dyed wood. Brass liners. Pretty good fit and finish. Is it perfect? Very close to. You could argue that there's a shadow of a gap between the spring and the right-hand bolster there, but honestly, I think you'd have to be pretty picky, and particularly at this sort of price point, to say that there was an issue there. Rest of the knife, really nicely done. Hand done, of course, but done in moderately large batches. I suppose in the same way that GEC are in a sort of batch production, but as I say, it's a much lower price point. But these have turned out, they're really nice. There's some lovely, that buffalo's got some lovely grain in it. It's sometimes difficult to see. You need quite a bright light on it to see into it. But other than that, it's just lovely. It's lovely and shiny and nice. And I'd be very happy to have one of these in my pocket any day of the week. They do come a bit dirty. There's a lot of grease and grime in them, and I haven't cleaned them out because I didn't want to dress them up. But like that nail nick needs. But if I was paying £100 for them, £100 plus for them, I would expect that to be done. If I'm paying £20 or £30 for them, I think it's not unreasonable that they come as they do. So I'm very pleased with these actually, and they have encouraged me to look further at Arthur Wright as a manufacturer. You've already seen one that I have from them, which was done. I don't know if this was done as a standard batch or whether this was done as a one-off by Ashley himself, but this one is in snakewood, so this is obviously a bit more expensive, but it has a higher level of polish, a higher level of fit and finish. It's absolutely, I mean, this is, I would say this is, if it's not GEC level, it's very, very close to it. It doesn't have quite the shine and sparkle of a Taylor's Eyewitness Premier knife, but again, it's half the price of a, well, yeah, it's 2/3 of the price, let's say, once you get into snakewood of Taylor's Eyewitness. These are 1/4 of the price, and I think you get a lot more than 1/4 of the knife. These really are very nice knives, and I'm very happy to have one of these in my pocket, and I have been carrying them. So I think these are great. Highly recommend these, and I think that Arthur Wright have really pulled themselves up, pulled their socks up, and really. I knew they always could make a decent knife. The question was, did they sometimes let out the door some knives that were perhaps beneath the standard they could do? And I think Ashley and Michael are doing a lot of work to try and correct that. And if my samples, and I have got some more to show you that will come up over the next few days, you'll see that they're succeeding, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I've picked up about 9 in recent weeks that are well, there isn't a major fault between them. In fact, the closest that I found to a fault, and this one is slightly difficult to determine its age, is that there's a crack in this horn, and as I say, that wasn't anything like as bad as that when I got it. So I wonder whether it's I don't think it's that I've dropped it, but I think it is developing a little bit more. But that's the worst I've had, and I don't think that was spottable before it left the factory. So, well, there we are. 2 more Arthur Wright knives, which I think are definitely knives that, if you're looking for a British-made carry knife, you could buy with confidence. I got these from Jane at the famous Sheffield shop in Sheffield. I think their email address is something like thefamoussheffieldshop.com, but if you Google famous Sheffield, you'll find them straight away. Jane was very, very helpful on the phone, and I would highly recommend dealing with her and with them. Okay, so thank you very much. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of these, then please subscribe. And we're very close to 1,000 subscribers. I think that will make a big difference to the channel once we get past that, but we're 25 or so short as at the time of saying this. Anyway, so thank you very much. See you again soon. Bye.